mic. So I have a 50s BK5, and then I put the Unidyne 56 next to it on one speaker. I listen back and I'm like, well, you know, I love condensers. I put a United Twin 87, which is two 87s in one. It's a new mic, once again made in the spirit of an 87, but they give you an option to go vintage or modern. The modern would have more top end, the vintage would be a little bit darker. So I put the Twin 87 on the other speaker, and then I'm like, God, but I want to use my 1950s Altec salt shaker, which is called a 633A. Ross Robinson, who'd done all the Korn records and all that stuff, his engineer uses those all the time. My friend Thomas Scriven at Analoger was the first guy that turned me on to those, and I had to put that on it. So now I've got 4 mics on the small little twin. Here is the BK5. That reverb here is coming off his amp as well. He's committed to the pedal. So that's the BK5 running into the AS78, one of the channels. Now I'm going to play you the Unidyne 56, same thing going into AS78, committed his sounds and pedals. Now here's the Twin 87. This is the next speaker. This is running into an Scape 76D. All right, so the last microphone on the other speaker is going to be the 1950s Altec Salt Shaker 633A. So as I run through these, you can really hear the characters of each mic, and that's going to be the magic blend later. So now, lastly, the Radio Shack, a realistic cheap mic you can find on eBay. It's called a 1070, I believe. And this is on the ceiling right above the amp. The microphone stand is literally next to the amp, pointing straight up to the ceiling. And what I love about that mic, there's just not a lot of BS in it. It has low end, but it's not like super subby. It just has a lot of character. Now I want you to hear the guitars come in one at a time. I'll just go like a 1, 2, run the garden, and you'll hear them all come in. I'll start with the BK5, 56, Twin 87, Salt Shaker, and then the room mic. And that's 5 mics on the guitars. So now that those guitars are massive, and that's a massive setup running through all the Audioscape stuff, up above them, there is no plugins. So I'm just doing a gain stage, and I didn't have to make them loud because he was effing loud. I have loud drums now. Now I've got really loud guitars that were shaking the building. So I'm gonna add the drums with that, and now you can hear the blend of all the mics and the drums. Now for mixing purposes, I set up an auxiliary, so while I'm mixing, even right now while I'm playing, you're gonna hear a reverb come on the other side with the room mic that I have panned. That is just strictly, I'm sending the guitars in a blend over to the Scape XL305R, a standalone reverb unit, which is right below me. It's on right now, it's working, it's the same settings I had on this mix. I'm gonna add that to the mix.